Hello and welcome to Enchanted Chatter. I am finally back with the lovely Bri.
I'm
she
alive.
she has graced us again this week, which I am very happy. I missed you last week.
It was a long week.
Which is fair. Sometimes we need a week off, but life gets hectic as everyone will see in the next few weeks. The next 2 weeks, Bri will actually be hosting by herself because I have to do some work travel and I will sadly be on an airplane, I think, during
Both
our show
days.
both weeks coming home. So that is October is insane, I feel like, for both of us.
Yeah, I feel like all my stuff is like alternating where like I'm home Wednesday, but Wednesday is pretty much like the only day that I'm home.
Yeah. That feels right. Did you play in any set champs this weekend? I don't think so, right?
Not over this weekend.
Okay.
No, I was still recovering from the weekend before.
Yeah, that's fair. I played one. I played on Saturday. I decided the one other set champs that I wanted to do on Sunday was already full, so I didn't. I decided just to take the day off.
Yeah, I was sad because I usually try to go to Grumpy's, which is like right down the street from us. It's super fun. The guy is so sweet that runs it. And then I was like,
pricing was really good, which
they always have really good pricing. It's really good value. They make it worth for everyone to go. It's always usually like pack per win and
I think
for admission and
champs, he did 6 packs per person. Like everybody just got 6 packs.
If he has stuff, he's just like here.
Yeah, which is fantastic. Like that's great value.
Giving out promos and pens like it's candy.
I feel like recently. Hello. I'm glad you made it home just in time to hang out with us.
Hello. I just got your address from Liam. Labubu coming soon.
So I feel like I noticed recently in like our city Discord for Lorcana that the shops have been asking for a little bit more feedback around set champs and like what people want for pricing or like how like what would attract you to go to one shop over another. So that I think was kind of nice to see some shop owners looking for feedback in the community, because I know we'll talk about this sometimes like within our friend group that like you'll see a set champs where the pricing is just the pricing that Ravensburger provides. So the non-foil and foil card and the playmat, and that's it. And a store will charge $35.
Yeah.
And that feels real bad. I feel like another thing I see a lot that also doesn't feel great is when you see a store doing only pricing for like person 1 and 2. Like they get a box, which like I definitely understand top heavy pricing. But I think for set champs, when it's a community driven event,
if you're wanting to get more people in, you want to make it where it's worth so many people going.
Exactly. So I think the store that I think does, besides like Grumpy's, which is just like here's 6 packs and come play, which is also great.
Listen, the man that runs Grumpy's is the sweetest old man. Then he just does whatever he wants,
which I love. But there's
like he found a case of old previous chapter stuff. I went in there and he was like, well, I found a case of that, I'm just gonna give it out.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Exactly.
You just found a case of Inklands and you're just gonna give it out? He's like, it's not the new one.
Yeah. The other store that I think does a really good job, and you can see it in like how many people show up for their events, is Eclipse. They charge $15. It's pack per win or pack per round win. And then whatever like the pricing.
And everyone always plays it out too, because you continue to get pricing. So then you don't have a bunch of people dropping or it's messing up tiebreakers for the people that are in the top. And it's like, it makes everything just run. The tournament's fully running on all cylinders.
So I think, and I think that's a good point to. Was that you or the dogs?
My foot slipped and hit the bed. I was like, earthquake.
It happens. But to your point of tiebreakers, yeah, I think it is important to try, particularly for set champs, I feel like, to keep everybody there the entire event. Oh my goodness, there is a store here charging $50 and they only have no. And it filled up. Wouldn't be me.
I think maybe we're just spoiled and we just have too many stores and we have too many options for set champs. Maybe we are very biased.
This is very true.
Within like a 15-minute radius of me, I can list 6 different stores.
Yeah. We are very spoiled. This is very valid, but also that's criminal. From the opposite perspective of,
I wouldn't want to pay $50 for a set champs, like, period. Like, the pricing would have to be like insane for me to do that, because I'd be like,
yeah, even like, I definitely understand in places where there aren't a lot of stores, you really have no choice. But at that point, I feel like we haven't had a set champs card that has been valued over $50 after the first week in I don't know how long. Hello. So I don't know why that's wild. I could never
$50 is absolutely insane to me. I would be like, you're crazy.
Because I think that also like upsets me, because it would put a bad taste in my mouth with like that local store. And I want to support my local TCGs. Like or not TCG.
LGS. There we go.
Yes, thank you. It's Wednesday night. We're here.
I have an excuse.
Yeah, you have an excuse. I have no excuse. I mean, work is busy. That's my excuse. Work is
your brain is fried from work.
Powers. Yeah. So I want to support local stores. So when I see a store charging $50 for a set champ and
bare minimum pricing,
pocketing that money, that feels bad. Like, yes, I want to give you money, but I can't justify $50 to just sit in your store.
And it filled up, though, she said. Like, it's not even like it's just like a few people signed up. It's like, okay, maybe you don't really want people to come, so you're like overpricing it so you can have extras of these to sell or do something with later. No, it's filled up. People are paying for it.
And that's crazy. I played aggro steel amber. I hated it. I hated it. Yeah. I hated every second of it. So I brought the morning before the set champs, I sent a message in our team Discord and I said, what should I play today? These are what I have built. And 3 people told me to play aggro, which is not a bad recommendation. Like, in our area, we don't see a lot of aggro decks. Right now we're seeing a lot of Blurple in our meta. So it was a great pick. However, the first 2 games, my deck said, not today, Courtney. We are going to be unkind to you today. To the point where round 3, I got the bye because I was in like last place. Which I sat there and I was thinking about it. I don't think I have done that poorly in a competitive event, I think, ever. I don't even think I did that bad for like my first set champs for Stitch. So it hurt. I was reevaluating my soul.
Oh gosh, I'm trying to think the last time. I feel like it's set champs. I go in and first round I do well and I get like real excited and then I just like slowly fall off, or I just like keep riding the high and I'm chilling.
But so
it's like one extreme or the other.
I had the bye round 3 And then I ended up being able to win round 4 and 5. And I was feeling pretty good. But what came into play is a couple players, 1 or 2 of the players that I played against dropped. So instead of getting 8th place, I got 9th.
I hate that.
So I was pretty bummed, but I was happy with, in the end, like being able to kind of build back up and like get back into
you could. It feels like justifying. Like, okay, I know it was the deck and not me.
Yes,
because once I actually got the cards I needed, I was able to do it well. I played that Amber Still aggro list, and granted, mine was a poor person's version of it, because I only had 2 Tianas, I didn't have any Nalas, and maybe it's just because I was playing against people that were expecting to see 4 Tianas and Nalas, so they were holding back their stuff, waiting for those cards to hit, and they just never did because I didn't have them, but they didn't know that. But it felt like it was fine. Like I was like, oh, I can turn my brain off and play this deck.
So,
but poor person aggro also works pretty well, guys.
It's very funny you say that, because I played that deck this weekend, and then last night at League I tried Sea Dogs out, and I felt much more comfortable with Sea Dogs. That fit my playstyle better, but it still was not the juice for me.
Honestly, I feel like that Amber Still aggro, it's got just enough in it where I can just like my brain, I don't even think I was thinking through most of my games. Where it was just like, I'm just gonna draw it. I was like, oh, that's cool. I'm gonna do that. Like, oh, I can play, oh cool, this next turn, whatever I draw, like doesn't matter. I'm just gonna throw the Inkwell because I'm gonna play Lady Doc anyways.
Yes.
And then get Lady Doc in my hand again, like, yeah, I'm just gonna do it again. Like, and you don't have to think if Lady Doc is in your hand.
Right.
Like,
that's
all you have. Like, you just don't think. So, you know, it works.
It was very entertaining. Last night I managed the meta last night at League was wild. We had an Emerald Sapphire deck.
Ugh.
Oh no, sorry, it was Amethyst Sapphire. Sapphire? No. We can get there. Emerald Sapphire. It was.
Blue-green?
Yeah, I was like trying to think through my brain there.
I was like,
and then
my
Sapphire
head hurts. Hold on.
And then Emerald Amethyst. That's where my brain was breaking. You know, when chat really picks on you, I love it. I deserve it. My brain is just broken tonight.
Same.
For the right, should we explain?
I feel like we need to explain that now because now we're joking about it.
Yeah, now we're joking.
I missed last week because I have a concussion. I had fallen the weekend before, gave myself a concussion. It was not doing well. So we're joking about my brain being broken because literally
it is broken right now.
It is not operating at the moment at on full circuits.
And then for some background, I work in the benefit admin space from a day job. So this is now my busy season for work. So my brain is also broken because I have to use all of my brain during
I've seen her calendar. It's absolutely bananas. We are on the mend.
Absolutely. I have been
resting, and I feel like I'm either at work or at home and I'm asleep, or I'm like lying on the couch to a point that now the toddler is like, oh, mommy, we get to cuddle and watch a movie. And I'm like, yep. Come sit.
And whenever Bri is messaging me too much on her phone, I yell at her to get off her phone. So
yeah. And like I was going to get on just to be on the chat even last week, and I think I turned it on my phone and then just had to lay my phone down because I couldn't see anything on the screen. So it was like my head was throbbing so bad I like physically couldn't read the screen. I was like, okay, this is a sign I need to not be on this. But I will have it.
You're right. I would have yelled at you. I absolutely would have.
I was like, I can't do this.
But I managed to, with the Sea Dogs deck, I went 2-1. The only deck I lost to was Amethyst Steel against Chelsea. Her deck was just, it was perfect into my
She's
deck.
been honing her Amethyst Steel deck for about 3 sets now. So,
and last night she came in first place at League. She was giving everybody the business, including Randall.
I love that for her.
Mm-hmm.
Are you playing at any set champs this weekend?
So I'm traveling tomorrow through Saturday. I'm going to be up in the Chicago area. I'm going up for my high school reunion. And
I still think you should just go to a random game store up there and just like whip everyone and then just be like, okay, bye.
I would, but I want to spend Saturday with my sister. So
how dare you want to spend time with your family?
I know.
That live in a completely different state than you and not play Lorcana. What is wrong?
But Sunday I am playing. I'm playing a set champ at one of our local stores with probably our entire team. So there will be a lot of team kills.
I am going on Saturday and I'm going to go play in set champs because we have a sitter Saturday.
Woohoo! Well, what set champs are you playing in?
The Card Haven, of course.
I love that.
Yeah. Literally, I was like, I want to go do it. I was like, it's the Card Haven. And then we were there the other day. I was like, I kind of want to play. And then Jeremy was like, you're coming, right? And I was like,
I guess so.
Yeah, I'd be there.
So this weekend was, I guess, kind of a big weekend. Something happened in Europe.
Something happened with Lorcana. I think I saw 1 or 2 things posted. I don't know. Maybe we should ask Melissa.
I don't know. She was missing a few shiny cards in her deck, and I think that was her downfall.
Listen, 4 people Lorcana. Sometimes it works.
That is what
we say. Ashley has like all Enchanted, but she has the most expensive cards in foil. But you know,
which is so. This is very funny. I had to give her a hard time. So yes, this weekend we had our first DLC in Bologna, Italy, and good friend of the show, Melissa from the Forbidden Mountain, ended, I believe, in 79th place, if I remember correctly.
I thought it was higher than that, but maybe it was. I remember there was for sure a 9, but I thought it was a 6-9 because I remember thinking, "Ha, nice." But I could have just been wrong. I also have brain damage at the moment, so don't take what I say for.
And had a really great run with her Sea Dogs deck, and I gave her a hard time because I think she was essentially.
Sorry, I have not been on social media. I went to pull up Melissa's thing to see if I could figure out where she placed at, and I just saw the RB puzzle. And I was like, oh my gosh, a Swiftie also works for RB. I'm here for it. Let's get some Taylor Swift Lorcana cards. Collectors only. Bennett finished 69. Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah. So her deck, she posted a picture of her deck online, and I gave her a hard time because she was missing some foils. I think it was like 12 cards in her whole deck were not foiled. So I had to give her a little bit of a hard time. She has all the Enchanted. And then I went and was building my decks and building what I think I'll play for DLC Milwaukee, and realized that I'm missing foils and Enchanted. And I was like,
how embarrassing.
I may have made a mistake giving her a hard time because I feel like this is going to come back and bite me in the butt. So,
see, just be like me and just play the bare minimum, only have 2 Tianas and no Nalas, and just make them think you have it at all times.
So I am predicting that I'm going to get a little bit of a taste of my own medicine when she sees a picture of my deck.
And that should have her on the week after just to. So she'd be like, wow.
Yeah. So I figured we can dive into if I can, there we go. There's the control panel. So the meta breakdown for day one, shocking.
Absolutely. I have thoughts, but
so much Amethyst Sapphire. The one thing that I think is very funny, no one had the guts to take Christmas.
Zero. Like,
which is just so interesting. And I would
there only being one Ruby Sapphire is like makes my heart a little bit like hee hee.
Yes. But I want to know.
I was hoping for more of an even spread, so I'm a little sad because I was hoping with the rotation that there would be more of a equal like. But it's not quite there yet.
Yeah, and I think so I know someone on Twitter, X, whatever it's called today, posted the like percentage breakdowns. I forgot to pull that up before the show. So obviously the biggest percentage of the meta was with the Amethyst Sapphire, followed by Amber Steel, and then Emerald Sapphire and Amethyst Steel. And then we saw Amber Emerald. And I do know that for conversions to day 2, the best converting deck was actually the Amber Emerald. Obviously, which I'll jump over to day 2. Obviously, you're going to see a huge amount of Amethyst Sapphire, but that's also because they had such a big share of the meta the first day. So it just like, it's kind of inevitable that we would see such a big like amount.
Because you have so much of it. There's only so many matchups of things where it's just not, there's still going to be a majority of them. That's just how math works.
So I think as we look over like the next few weeks of set champs and getting to DLC Milwaukee, I think we'll see a small decrease in Amethyst Sapphire. I still think that they're going to be the most represented deck. I just don't see that changing.
Dumbo's too good.
Yeah, exactly. It is right now. It is too good, but I think we see an increase in those next 3 to 4 decks. So Amber Steel, Emerald Sapphire, Amethyst Steel, and Amber Emerald, and see like a pretty big jump in those.
Yeah, I have a single Dumbo, so I will not be playing Amethyst Sapphire anytime soon. Or my Ruby Amethyst list, because both of those require me to have Dumbos.
Yeah. Then jumping into the winner, the Sapphire Amethyst, took the top seed. I will say I watched this match, and I was shocked when the Amethyst Steel deck did not win the 5th match. So it went to for top 8, it's best of 3 until the final round. So when it is down to the top 2, they go into, instead of best of 3, it goes to best of 5, and they went to a 5th match in that match, which was nice. I think like that's cool to see like the back and forth on stream. And
that's a long day though.
And that's kind of exactly what I was thinking. So day 1 was 8 rounds, and then day 2 was another 4 rounds, then top cut, which was top 32. So 2 very long days in a row. And I think it is very safe to say, I watched, yes, actually, in the final match, the Amethyst Steel deck won on the draw in one of the matches because they were actually the lower seed in the matchup and ended up with like essentially the better like lineup for the five matches of the game. They were able to take one on the draw to be able to on the fifth game be on the play to start. Which was like a pretty big turning point for them. But at the same time, like I watched this match and I've played a lot of Amethyst Steel. So I felt like they were in a really good position, but also at the same time, like you're under so much stress at that point in the day. You've played so many rounds of Lorcana that it is so fair to like think you're taking the best play possible and misplay because you just didn't see a line that was there that was slightly better. So it's really impressive to just get to this point, and I have all the respect for all of the players.
Yeah, I'm the one where it hits like round like 5 and I'm like, okay, my brain is getting tired.
Yep.
Like, hold on.
So this was a pretty standard Blurple build. I think the one thing that was interesting that's a little bit different is we see a lot of one-ofs, which I find super interesting. Obviously, it paid off for Lucas because he won the whole day and he went into top cut in the first seed with the first seed. So had a very, very good day and weekend. But it always makes me nervous with lots of one-ofs because I feel like the consistency of the deck gets a little iffy.
I guess with that deck specifically, though, to me, it's like I can understand having one-ofs if you really want to do certain different things, because with this deck, you should be getting the card draw enough where it really doesn't matter if you have 2 or 4, because you're most likely going to see it because you're just drawing so much.
Yeah, and that's a very fair point. So yeah, it's a good list. Interesting to start seeing a little bit more of the Ursula 5-drop, which is a new card from Fabled. And I think that this card,
I was excited about that card, so I'm excited at seeing play more. I think initially it was like one of those cards where people are like, we like it, it looks good, but we're not sure where it's going to fit yet.
And I think that this just increases in popularity with the next set. Because
she's busy. She does a lot. She's got like a nice little paragraph underneath going on
there. Taking a look at, this is the second place finisher. So I'm pretty sure I put all of these decks in order. If I messed up 1 or 2, don't come for me.
It's all Courtney's fault.
This is a great list. I love the Yzmas and Bells. I think Fire the Cannons in this deck is really good. And also that 2-drop Madam Mim, giving everybody another extra kick, is fantastic. I've played with her a little in this build and in the Blurple build, and I really like that card a ton.
No notes. It's a standard. And to me, it's just I think Amethyst Steel, this is the deck that I think.
Nope, that's definitely a fair statement. And then we saw Steel Emerald.
God, this deck looks like so much fun. Sorry, I'm really excited. I think this deck looks like it would be so much fun to play. I just like you can play Go-Go. Yeah, anything with Go-Go, I'm like, yes.
So the Go-Go is nice in this deck. I think like the really big, amazing play in this deck is definitely the Emerald Chromacon.
Oh yeah,
that is just a fantastic card. I think that this deck is a deck, if you are going to the DLC, I think you want to get a few DLC Milwaukee, I think you want to get reps in against this deck, particularly because of Emerald Chromacon. I think that this is a hard card to play against, and it's in a couple decks right now.
Especially because there's not a ton of item removal.
Mm-hmm. And it just, if you aren't accounting for this card when you're playing, it can really mess up your play lines and cause you to misplay very easily if you don't understand the like order of operations you want to take when you play against this deck. Even just like a set champs, I can definitely see this deck being brought to set champs by people, because it's I think a lot of people don't have Dumbos, so this deck is pretty budget friendly. Actually, that's a great question. How much does this deck cost? I think it's under $100, and I think
this is a pretty. I was like pretty inexpensive, because there's a rare 2. So 2 of the 4 rares that are on this list, the rest are all commons or uncommons, and 2 of the 4 rares are reprint, so they're relatively cheap. And then you have Go-Go and Doc, which are still not super expensive also. So it should be a very budget friendly.
I don't know, for some reason
this also is like one of those decks where it doesn't really require a ton of the newest set to be able to make it work, which is nice.
Yeah,
because of how hard Fabled it's been to get for some people.
Mm-hmm. I think, is Bobby the only new card in this?
I believe so.
Yeah,
he's the only one that I see.
The internet wasn't being kind to me. I wasn't finding the price for this deck fast enough, so I didn't want to dwell.
That's fine.
But I think this is
the highest rarity of card is rare, and 2 of them are reprints. It's got to be relatively inexpensive.
I'm fairly certain this is.
If you compare it to a Magic deck, it's pennies. It's nothing. You're fine.
And then we had another Amethyst Steel, again, pretty standard build here.
I like the Royal Guard.
I think Royal Guard is a good strong card. I think it stays around on your board a good amount. So once again, no notes here.
No notes. It's the same.
And then we had Amber Steel. So we have I feel like this list is pretty standard aggro build.
The only variation I think I've seen of it is my cheap poor person one. Everything else is, you're going to pretty much see this exact one, unless someone's like me and just doesn't have the cards that they need.
I really have a lot of questions about this world's greatest criminal minds, or sorry, the 2 world's greatest criminal minds.
Yeah.
I don't know what this is ripping out of.
Monstro?
No, Monstro is only it is. It's a 6. So yeah, I guess Monstro. Yeah.
Elsa, maybe?
But no, Elsa's a 2.
Oh yeah, no. No, not the big Elsa. Freeze Elsa, not Rush Elsa.
Understood. So yeah, I guess there are more than I initially thought.
But it's pretty much like it's in there specifically for the Blurple matchups.
I was thinking
what I'm thinking.
I was thinking Clarabelle.
Yeah, for Blurple, and
that's all I got.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I can think of that is in that. I think Jim Deere is a little different. I've seen some
I love that card.
Play this card, but also
personal opinion, I just love the card because I play it in anything I can.
I've just seen, this is the card that I have seen flexed a decent amount, like with other bodyguard cards.
Yeah. The Prince is also a cheap one. that bounces, kind of alternates with it, or
and then we saw our Sea Dog list, which this one's running Tiana's. The list I ran last night, I didn't run any Tianas in it. I was running, which this is not running. I was running the Big Tramp, which allows you to bring back, to draw cards when characters are banished.
I mean, Tiana's a good card though. It clearly worked out for them.
But... Yeah, I don't think. I think that this makes total sense.
I see the vision here. Less dog, whereas everything else is more dog friendly.
Yeah,
dog
so
focused.
This is more under the sea, like true amber emerald than I would say Sea Dogs almost.
Yeah.
The Bobby in this deck, I love this. I love having him in my opening hand with Lilo, because then I toss Lilo into the discard and have no problem making a decision on what I want to discard at that point in the game.
Yeah.
Then we had another. This one is definitely like, this is closer to the build I was playing.
This still has Tiana's.
But this one still has Tiana's, but this has that 6-drop.
Yeah, the larger
that allows you to draw. So, also no notes here.
Very solid.
Very solid.
Very solid, very fun.
Don't fall asleep on me.
Working on it.
Interesting on this build that they only are running one white rose. I think that that's a great card in this deck. Dolores is also an interesting
way to close out.
Yeah, it's a good way to close out, which is why I like having
more than one.
But it looks like, I think they were looking at maybe I feel like they put the Doloreses in instead of extra roses for that like extra draw power, which I can understand. I mean, pretty much so many games hinge on who gets the card draw, who gets more card draw. Yep. So I think this is a great build. I think I would go up on Happy's. I like seeing the work that Happy put in a lot of these Steel Amethyst decks this weekend. That little card, he knows what he's doing.
Waiting for the mines to come back out.
Well, this one's great because it's evasive on your turn. You've got you potentially have it out with the Challenger Mim. So now you're hitting for 3. So if you're in the mirror, you can take out Calhoun.
I know. I just feel like people are going to start playing Seven Dwarfs Mine again, just because they're like, I already got the knights in there. Might as well. Oh, crap! Now I have to deal with this.
Yeah, that's very fair. So those were the top 8 decks. I think it's kind of what we expected.
Pretty much expected.
But it was nice. I feel like there was a good like flex. Like it wasn't a blanket all blurple, which I think a lot of people thought was going to happen.
Yeah.
Or aggro. We saw a decent mix.
It was not the top 8, and 6 of them are blurple, and then you have the 2 Amber Steel.
Mm-hmm. A couple of things, obviously, to talk about from the event. There were some Play Hub issues.
What?
Which is just, it's really hard from like a player perspective. I think Bri and I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I think you are on the same page with me as like, we're excited for the Play Hub. We're excited that Lorcana has their own platform to customize, having like events on and continue to build and improve. It just is really hard, particularly from a player's point of view. The DLC is already 8 rounds, and then you add issues that pop up from the software you're using, and it's, that's 8 hours already plus some in between time. So you're looking at 10 to 12, and then like you add in mess ups from the system, and it's just really, it makes for a really hard day, and you've got to be on your A game for these types of events. Even if you're a casual player, like that much time in between rounds.
And especially the cost to participate in those events. Like,
yes.
And then too, it's like they're paying a lot of money. You want to be able to go and actually go and enjoy it and go through it seamlessly. I think they just have so many kinks on it. I genuinely think they were trying so hard to roll out their own thing so quickly that they probably didn't have the time to be able to test it as much as they probably would have liked to be able to work out all of the kinks, because they were trying so hard to get something put out there. So they're still trying to work those out, but I think they probably should have it would have been better to just wait and make sure it was done well.
Yeah, and I know they also had some issue with side events. That was a rough point. I think some got canceled because they couldn't get PlayHub running. And so like that feels bad, because even if you're just paying for an attendee badge, like you're most likely there to
side events and be there for the experience, and you can't
be there for the side events, play, be able to earn some tickets so you can get some prizes off the prize wall. So I hope that those get worked out quickly, because I think it doesn't make for a good experience for the players.
Yeah, they need to get it figured out. It's like it happened with PPG Denver also, where they were using the PlayHub. A whole round gets deleted. It completely crashes the next day. It's just there seems to be a lot of bugs where it almost would be better if maybe you just shut it down for a week or two and really just work on getting that out.
Yeah.
Figure out why it's not working.
Yeah, I mean, I want to be hopeful, but it's hard. It's getting harder with each event that there's still like mishaps. Like obviously each event I feel like less bad things are happening, but at an event the level of these, like PPG, the DLC, your software should work seamlessly. And when it doesn't, I feel like not only does like the player base lose some faith, but like even like faith in things that you wouldn't necessarily like peg right away. So we shall see.
We shall see.
And then
people that get paid to do it will, I'm sure, have heard all of the things people have said about it crashing and all of the feedback that they're getting.
The other thing that I want to kind of call out, because I didn't know this, and I am very hopeful that it will change, but last season for the DLCs, if you whoever was it like 64, whoever was the like last person to day 2 with and earn the Let It Go promo, everyone who had the same record also got the Let It Go promo.
Yes.
So that promo is technically Simba this season.
Mm-hmm.
And Simba only went to the top 32 players. If you had or I don't remember what, I should have pulled it up.
Oh, top 128 I think was Let It Go last year.
Okay, so that's what it is. So it's top 128 but it was truly, if you were, hold on, I'm pulling up the website now because don't want to misspeak. Play.
I'd say 128 was the Let It Go. 64 was What promo was? I have the promo in there because top 32 was Cinderella.
Oh no, it's not listed on here.
Yeah, Let It Go. Let It Go is Mulan this year. Dragonfire.
Okay, then it was Mulan. I meant not Simba. So that didn't get like disseminated.
It went to just 64. So even if they had the same record, this person just had better tiebreakers. So they got it and you didn't. Sorry.
Correct.
Which, I don't like that.
Well, and I don't
know. You can't control your tiebreakers. You can't control who you get paired up against and how they do.
So essentially what happened was eventually it was decided that those people that matched the record, even though they didn't get the promo, they did get a lump of tickets. But that amount of tickets definitely didn't come close to evaluating and equaling that card. So that was a bummer for players.
That would be super frustrating because you did just as well as that person, but because of who you got paired up against, you don't get the.
Okay, yeah. So it is. Thank you, Stephen. You helped me out. It is Simba. So Simba was the card. That is essentially it's the next promo above Mulan, and if you tied the record for Simba, you didn't get it. It was only like specifically those that placed. You're opening packs and you pulled an Enchanted? I love this. Sorry, I got very distracted.
I love that for you.
I love that. That's amazing.
What did you I opened an Enchanted Scar and Joey's payment from judging.
Yes. We love that.
I was like, ooh, I ripped it like immediately as soon as he got home that night. I was like, I had a rough day because that was like the day I got my concussion. And so I was like, I feel terrible. I was like lying in the dark alone. And he was like, I have packs. And I like wrapped a blanket around myself and like slowly walked to the table and like sat down. I was like, I need to open them. Arthur.
That's awesome. I love that. So yeah, I think that there's definitely still some kinks. Hopefully they get worked out by DLC Milwaukee. I'm hopeful. I also would love to remind people, because I feel like a lot of people in the Twitch chat and just on the internet in general had a lot to say about like some misplays that happened on stream and different things. And it's very hard to play as many games as the DLC is and not make a mistake. So
it's easy to watch and point out something that somebody else does.
And I think JDZ might have made this comment, but it was basically like stream has never lost a game of Lorcana. And it's amazing that they've never lost a game because that's how they act when they're commenting on things. And I would like to agree with that they feel like they've never lost a game of Lorcana before. And I would love to have you as a coach if you've never lost a game, because I would like to know how to do that.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sick. Like I would like those notes.
We have our first top 8. We have
shout out to Melissa again.
Yeah.
79th out of almost 2,000 people.
Yeah, just shy of 2,000. So it was like 1,000.
Absolutely insane. Great job. We love you. We're so proud of you.
And 64 people. There we go. I just pulled the counts.
I just remember she did better than Ben, and I was like, that felt like gonna suck for him.
Yeah. I hope. Rub that in. For sure. I told her because she sadly will not be able to make DLC Milwaukee. She is running in the Wine and Dine at
it's like the Disney race is that weekend.
Yeah, that she had signed up for ages ago because for
way before it was announced. That's booked like a year and a half before it happens.
And so I told her that I would babysit Ben for her.
Yeah. I will not be there either.
I know, I'm sad.
I'll be with a little tiny Scooby-Doo running around trick-or-treating with friends.
That'll be fun, though.
You will have fun.
So next week, we are going to, I will not be on, sadly, but Bri will. And Bri will be on with some wonderful guests.
It's gonna be a girly pop night.
It will be a girly pop night. We have a couple judges from the community joining us, and we're very excited to talk to them. I am very sad that I won't be on. I feel like if I'm not on an airplane, that I may pop on before the show starts to talk with you guys because I'm having FOMO. But I think it'll be a lot of fun. If you have any questions for our lovely judges in our community, send them our way, because these judges are fantastic. They have judged and helped run some amazing events. And
in fact, one of them was the only female judge at PPG Denver.
Yes,
that was actually their judging.
So I'm very excited for us. I'm very excited that they took the time out of their very busy schedules, because there's a lot of Lorcana happening right now, which is great. No one's complaining about that. But that also means that our judges are very busy because
set champs are happening and local stores need all the judges they can find because there's no official program. So they want to people that they know how to do it get booked very quickly.
Yes, I would agree with that. I'm excited that there will be very soon an official program. So that is exciting. I'll be interested to see if they have any hopes from what is announced with that and how that pans out. It'll be cool to get their thoughts on that. I also am excited that we're going to get some new cards tomorrow. Are you about to sneeze or cry because you're so excited for the new cards? I like to think that you're just so excited you want to cry. Because
I'm moved to tears over Whispers in the Well.
So yeah, we'll definitely be a fun episode next week. Tune in. Also, obviously, Wednesday nights are a little busy now. We have us streaming. We've got the Forbidden Mountain streaming, and back for season 2, we have the ICL. And you should tune into the ICL when we're not live. Because you actually on Tuesdays might have a chance to see me play some games, because I will be participating with the team I am on. So that's going to be fun. I don't remember what days I will be playing because it's rotating between 7 of us on the team, but definitely should tune in and cheer us on. A little excited, a little nervous.
Just be prepared for the chat champions to tell you everything you've done wrong.
Yes, I am prepared for that. So yeah.
That's just last time you were on stream whenever you just milled everyone out of their cards and everyone was like, oh my gosh.
What is she doing?
Me in the chat just going, yes.
Yes, queen.
Do it.
I think I went through our list today. Did I miss anything, or is there anything?
I don't think so.
I don't think
we hit everything pretty quickly today. I think me being delayed kept us on track because I think I'm usually who ends up derailing us.
And I think we're both equally responsible for it. So yeah, we're excited to see y'all next week. Tune in for our wonderful show with some judges from the community. And we should likely have for the next few weeks a lot of guests on the show.
I feel like we have a lot of guests lined up.
Yeah. So
in the next month and a half.
Should be a good time. So other than that, we'll see you next week. Bye, friends.
Bye.